Oh boy.
I'm gonna leave that in as soundtrack. It's October 26th and it's 76 degrees out here and climbing. Yeah, this has been a weird summer, long summer.
Ahoy!
Welcome to the BHT. This is the Butterfield Hiking Trail out in western Arkansas. It starts in Devil's Den State Park and it loops out into a neighboring wilderness and then comes back in. It's 14 miles long, and at the halfway point of this loop there's a camp called Rock Hole Camp, which we were going to be heading for. So 7 miles the first day, sleep, then 7 miles out. Our goals on this hike were to keep everything light. We were going to leave behind certain gear that we would normally take. For example, we only brought 1 or 2 methods for making fire. We didn't bring all our tools like we usually would. We kind of went low on food. And the other goal was to make it through without being battered too badly. It's a very rocky trail. I don't know if you can see this or not, but we have a pretty good storm of pine needles coming down. Okay, we just spent the first night, or our only night. Alright, what gear would you bring next time that you did not bring this time?
This is fall in the Ozarks, and the weather was crazy nice. It was actually a little warmer than we thought, about 80s in the afternoon, got down to maybe upper 50s at night. I'd really go for a hammock. You know, my tent's about 6 pounds. It's not an ultralight. And if I could save 5 pounds right there, bingo. The other thing, I brought a hatchet with me, weighed in about 2 pounds. Might go with something like a, CRKT, Chunga, Tomahawk, or something like that. That's a little bit lighter, maybe. I did do some wood splitting, kind of paid it forward for everybody else. You know, if I could shave half a pound there, that'd be great. We both use the Army Surplus ILBE packs, which are just bomb-proof. However, they're heavy, and I think just going off memory, looking at about 8 pounds. So really good support, but a little on the chunky side. I'm not carrying 105mm mortar shells, so I could though, doggone it. So if I could get down to about a 3-pound pack, save 5 pounds going with a hammock. For this kind of weather, we didn't have any rain. We'd been rained out previously, so that was one of the reasons for bringing a tent was, okay, if we get rained out again, but the weather cooperated this time.
Is there any gear you would straight leave out?
I carried too many knives. I've got a Becker BK-14, which is a great little knife. I only ended up using it 2 or 3 times. I put a 20-degree angle on it on my work sharp. Great little knife. I only used it a couple times. I ended up using my Dozier. Great little beater knife, 20 bucks, and this is usually my go-to because it's so thin, a very thin profile, good lockup, real nice edge. I think I put about a 25-degree edge on this one. Actually, I put a primary 25, and then I go back with a 20-degree and just give it a little secondary or third bezel, whatever you call it. And then I've got a little open L in the top of my pack just as a last ditch. It's also a 20-degree angle knife, and it's super good for slicing like summer sausage and, you know, food prep stuff. Weighs in at a little under 2 ounces. Next time I'll carry more water because, like I said yesterday, we were going up hills, up rocks at 80, 85 degrees, and I'm sweating like a freak. So I should have brought my Camelback. But
how much water did you bring this time?
I brought a full Nalgene, and I brought a regular 12 or whatever it is, 16-ounce disposable water bottle, which I've been refilling. I wanted to cut down on weight. My pack weight was like 31.4 pounds before adding water. I was really hoping to get it more in the low 20s, but I've eaten all the food, so hopefully that's a couple pounds less. Okay, so a little jaunt through the Ozarks. What are you taking away from this? What would you bring with you next time, or leave at home? Any thoughts?
I will take only memories and leave only footprints. Now, I think that overall, my loadout this time was much better. I usually pack too much stuff. I end up with a pretty heavy pack, and this time I'm pretty happy. I think I might have been in the 30s. I don't know, maybe I topped out at about 40. Usually I end up with a 50-pound pack, even on a little overnighter like this one. But this time I think I did great. Okay, now I did bring the full tent this time. I could have just brought, you know, the rain fly, or I could have just brought the mesh tent here without the fly. But as much as I love and trust the weathermen, hi guys, I don't trust them enough to not bring a rain fly. So, you know, I didn't put it up last night because I figured, you know, it looked perfectly clear and the forecast is supposed to be clear. So I just went with that, and that felt awesome. I brought enough sleeping bag this time. It was just perfect. It was the military sleep system patrol bag, so that's, you know, a good like 60-degree bag somewhere in there, and that felt just great. I brought only a little bit too much food this time, which is really weird for me. I usually have, you know, like summer sausages and cheeses and all kinds of really heavy, dense crap, but this time I kept it very minimal, and I just have this little bit left, so not too shabby, and we're still gonna have lunch today. Cut down a bit on the hardware that I was bringing here, and I did end up using both pans, so that's nice. Okay, now here's an interesting one that I did not expect, and this is why I duplicate certain systems. The Katahdin Hiker Pro totally failed on me this time. I was able to fill one 1-liter bottle, and then when I went to fill the next one at the next stop, and the first time it tasted like crap, it tasted like dirt. But I went to fill again, and this thing totally seized up. And as much as Katahdin would like to think this is field strippable, it is not. I can't get that cap off to check out the filter. It is way, way too firm, and I put some of that silicone lube on there, so it, you know, it should be pretty easy to get off. It is not, so I'm gonna have to actually put that on the bench, probably vise it down and break out some power tools to get that thing open. So it's a good thing I always bring the tablets.
2 is 1. 1 is none.
1 is none. And thankfully, Kevin brought his awesome Sawyer filter, which I'm really jazzed about it. I might want to pick one of those up. You said it was 30 bucks?
Yeah, Bass Pro. You can find them on Amazon for 23, 25. And they accessorize out the wazoo. You can actually do, they have accessories for 5-gallon buckets, and you can kind of make it a whole house, or a very inconvenient and gravity-fed slow system, but it works, and it's easy to clean out. It has a syringe where you basically backflow air, and it blows out any debris. So it is a little more field serviceable. I didn't bring the syringe with me because it was new, but
yeah, the thing worked great. I mean, it's kind of slow, but the taste is good, and it was definitely more reliable than that thing this time. Mm-hmm. And I guess probably the last bit of kit. Oh, 2 little things here. First off, I do love the ILBE, so I was really happy to bring that. It easily fits everything I need, and if I have, you know, a lighter load like this one, I can always just tighten down the sides, squish the thing, make it a little smaller. But yeah, totally bomb-proof, like Kevin said, really tough.
Now you also brought a front pouch, didn't you?
Yeah. This is the first time I've taken the Ribz out, and I am pretty stoked about this thing. It's pretty comfy. Yeah, it seems to be pretty tough. It soaked up some pretty good sweat yesterday. I have some dry bags if I have like electronics to put in here. But I didn't put a whole lot of weight, so this wasn't more for balancing this time. It helped balance things out a little bit because I had a little bit of weight up front, and I could tell the difference. But mostly this was just for convenience, so I could have my map in here, and various little things like chapstick and my video camera. Hi, video camera. So
how did it carry?
Great. The only thing that I would change about it is on the back. There's this little doohickey that all the straps run through, and it goes kind of right across between the shoulder blades here. And if I could do something about this, I would make it so that it floated a little bit less, and you could actually fix it in position, because if it rode up here, then the two straps were just right around my neck, and I could feel them just right around here, which wasn't my favorite. It wasn't super uncomfortable, and you can see there's no damage. But if I could move this down further on my back, I think it would have been more comfortable. Aside from that, though, I love it. And I think that's pretty much it. I'm trying to think if there's anything I could leave out for next time.
You didn't bring your BK9.
Nope, I left a big knife. Didn't miss it at all, because this time we packed in. Well, we didn't really need to split firewood that much, and actually we used some smaller knives to do a little splitting, and those were fine. And of course, Kevin's axe, so that did splitting pretty easy. Yeah, I didn't miss a big knife.
Saw fiber rocked.
Yeah.
Please start making them again.
Yes. Yeah, please. Somebody needs to pick up the patent on those and start making them again. There probably were some quality issues on this one. I noticed that it looked like whoever made the sheath did not make the saw. Like the two people never met, and they just kind of guessed that they would go together, so the little sheath just barely closes.
I think Gerber makes a similar product, and there's a couple other manufacturers I've seen. Similar designs, but I don't know about the quality.
What is it, Svensaw? Is that
Svensaw, yeah, that's like the triangle-shaped one.
Yeah, we couldn't think of that name all this morning or last night. But yeah, I think everything was good. I like, the big boots. Got a little bit of a blister, but yeah, just these redhead hunting boots were super awesome. I can't really think of anything I'd leave behind. I think I did pretty well this time.
Are you pretty happy with the pack? Or, I mean, like I said, I'm looking at finding something maybe a little bit lighter that's not $300.
Yeah, for me, I'd be happy sticking with the pack, but it is just a little too short for me. I'm okay with it. Like, I was pretty comfortable yesterday, but if I could get another inch or so on the torso adjustment, that'd be nice. It's just slightly too short. I need something in the range of like 19.5 inches on my torso. I'm 6'2", but I have a pretty long torso, and yeah, things just kind of, I need a little bit taller pack than most folks. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with how this worked out.
Worth doing? Worth doing again?
Oh my gosh, it was wonderful. The stream that we're camped next to is just beautiful. I got to hear that all night long. Didn't put in my earplugs because there weren't any thunderstorms or whatever. So yeah, I just had that as my lullaby all night. It was great.
All right. Next stop, Eagle Rock.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Once my my one little blister kind of turns into a callus, I'll be ready.
All right. Good trip.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we did good. Good food, good timing on stuff. It's been nice.